Hello and welcome again to this edition of Phi TV. I'm your host, Brad Swanson. We are coming to you from what is the second to last week of the 2022 committee weeks leading up to the 2022 legislative session. I'm joined by none other than my friend, Senator Janet Cruz. Welcome to the program.
Hello. How are you?
Amazing. And how are you?
Amazing.
I love it. Old friends. Okay, we got to stay focused on work because we'll easily slide back into talking about croquetas and all the fun.
And Gasparilla that's coming.
I know, right? Well, I will see you there. All right, so let's talk about important stuff. So you fight very hard for your constituents on a myriad of issues. What are you working on this year?
Well, I'm working on an issue that is really a nonpartisan issue. It's called insulin caps, and that's my bill proposes that regardless of the amount of insulin a diabetic needs every month, it will be capped at $100. And why is this important? Because I talked to emergency room doctors who said, Janet, you have to do something about the cost of insulin. It is quadrupled in the last 10 years, and people are showing up in the emergency room in diabetic comas. We call it ketoacidosis because they can't afford their insulin. So insulin is a drug that's 100 years old, if you can believe it, and the scientists that developed insulin sold the patent for $1 so that everyone that needed insulin could have it available. Now, you and I would think that a drug that's 100 years old would be nearly free, yet the drug manufacturers have figured out a way to price gouge people, and people are doing without it. They're going without their insulin.
That is crazy. I mean, we all have family members that struggle with diabetes, and for them to be raising the cost, that's crazy. So, well, thank you for working on that. We want to keep you on the program to see how that goes and make sure that gets fast. Okay.
I want to tell you all about it.
All right. What else are you working on?
I'm working on a bill that I fondly call "Get the Lead Out." And that bill proposes any school that was built before 1986 was built with lead pipes. So my bill proposes to put a filter on at least the water fountains in the schools that have lead pipes. And you and I wouldn't drink from we don't drink from our faucet at home. We go right to the refrigerator and we get filtered water. Right. Yet for the 12 years that our kids are in schools, if they're in a school that was built before 1986, they're drinking or they're filling their water bottles with lead-tainted water. And the pediatricians will tell you that there is no amount of lead in the water that's good for a kid.
That is amazing that we even still have that problem in this day and age.
It's just, it's like I tell people and they say, really? The problem with lead is as the climate's changing and as it's getting hotter in Florida, the lead pipe actually leaches more lead into the water with the heat. So it's becoming more and more of a problem.
Yeah, well, we know Hillsborough County has a lot of new schools, but they also have a lot of dated schools, and all across the state of Florida, so many schools fall into that, built before the 80s, criteria. Amazing. All right, well, we will stay tuned on those bills. We want to have you on and see how those are doing. But before we go, we always ask this question. When you're not fighting for the free world and your constituents, what does Senator Cruz like to watch or stream? What are you watching these days?
What am I watching? Well, I tried to watch Squid Game, but I couldn't do it. It was too much, so I watched Ted Lasso instead.
Ted Lasso is awesome. Yeah. We'll have Ted Lasso stories later.
Like butter or oil or olive oil? Butter.
I love it. All right, and do you like tea? No, that's filthy brown, dirty water. Right?
I love tea.
It's basically the water.
I'm part of the sweet tea caucus here.
All right. Well, Senator Cruz, thank you for coming on. We can't wait to have you on again
so
soon.
Good to see you. You look terrific.
Well, and you do too.
Thank you.
Thanks. Please let your amazing daughter and her amazing wife know that we said hello, and thanks for coming on.
I will tell the mayor that you said hello, and I will tell my sweet daughter the same. Take care, and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. That's all the time we have for this episode of Phi TV. For more great interviews like this one, make sure you hit us up on our social media feeds. And for now, thanks for tuning in.